On the show this morning, we have come with a very important issue to look at, asset declaration. This is something that we know that every civil servant, every elected official will do, where as soon as you're coming into office, it is expected that you declare your assets. Then in the middle of your career, it is expected that you do it again. Then before you leave office, it is expected that you do it. This is I think it's done for clarifications to see that there's checks and balances in the activities of governance in Nigeria. But as we look at what is going on in the system, the question is, what actually does it mean to declare assets? You know, do we look into it the way we should? Is there any transparency around declaration of assets in Nigeria? And of course, people that this is not the first time we are seeing government go and come, but over the years, we may hear declare your assets, then we may not hear anything about it again until those people leave office. Now on the show this morning, we'll try to find out, you know, how important it is to declare assets and what we stand to gain as a people when we do that. And if we are doing it as we ought to do it. My name is Nonya Mokoye, and I would like to welcome to the studio this morning Kanayo Obidibo, a public affairs analyst. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you for having me this morning.
All right. Now, when we talk about asset declaration by outgoing and incoming elective officials, that's our focus this morning. What actually does it mean, asset declaration?
Yeah. Well, you see, asset declaration from the constitutional provisions means to know what an individual have from the day he took up and accepted an office to work in. If you are the president, there are asset declaration form. The ICPC looks at that when it is time, and then you put it as you are what you have.
Is it ICC that looks at it, or Code of Conduct Bureau?
They are all, parastatals that look at things like that. So now you declare what you have. For instance, Noye Nwokoye is taking up an appointment. He has a house in Udoka, he has one in Onitsha and Asaba. And you are worth this, or probably you had a business and you say your business empire is worth this. You put them on the paper. Then it becomes a document for referral. By the time you finish from the office, or while you were in the office, we start to look at your expansion of your wealth. And it will cause for investigation. While you were in the office, before you came to the office, this is your what. And now probably you are leaving office, you are a multi. You have houses everywhere, which means what is it entails as your consideration take home in that office, you must have either, cut corner somewhere. So then people frown at that, the law frowns at that. But at the same time, like you have rightly said, do we actually practice it? Do we actually look at it? Has anybody been punished? No. People, it's like a formality. As we look at it now in Nigeria, it is a formality that when you are elected into an office, or when you are appointed, or when you are employed, things, the asset declaration is part of.
But why it's not supposed to be a formality? Now, why is it important that a public office holder should declare assets before going into the office
It is very,
and before leaving.
yes, because they know that in the public office, abuse of office, when we talk about abuse of office, we talk about when, okay, for instance, there are some council members who manage to come into the council and become either councillors or chairman. By the time you know it, they are building hotels everywhere. Where did that money come from? Obviously, from that employment, from that job he's doing. Therefore, when we look at his salary, does it match his investment at the time? So that asset declaration is to checkmate individuals in certain offices. But you can look at it that everybody does the same thing. We are all guilty of the same offense. Nobody is prosecuted because a situation where an officer is seen building houses everywhere, subordinates, when they have opportunity. That's why you look at the pension fund. You see what happened. How their level 10 officer will become a billionaire. It is only in this country, I must tell you. It doesn't happen anywhere. The BVN, the NIN, these are the things we are putting in place to checkmate, because when money is being laundered, it goes through an account, and that account reflects BVN, reflects NIN. But does it work? But in other countries, it works.
You know, I've had Peter Obi over time, or from time to time, talk about making governance less attractive. You know, could this code of conduct, bureau and the issue of asset declaration, could it be one of the things when put in place and effectively implemented should go a long way to help in making governance less attractive?
Well, I don't see in our climb when governance should be made less attractive. Never. In fact, the best opportunity for anyone.
Even with the new Nigeria we are pursuing?
Oh my God. Unless there's a new Nigeria where, I don't know, people from, I don't know where we are going to bring them, not people that were groomed in this country, grew up in this country, lived in this country. I don't know where they are going to come in, so that there will be that orientation, reorienting our mind set towards acquisition of wealth. You see? So it is unfortunate that what our founding fathers actually was building on, and the army guys saw it, the nepotism, the favoritism, the struck, the 5 measures, is now worse than ever before. Before, how dare a military officer will own houses, how dare a police officer will own houses, but you see them with beautiful cars these days. Sergeants, when we were growing up, the only thing a policeman could aspire to get is a Vespa motorcycle, a 190, not a car. I mean, of below the rank of inspector. But today, inspectors are going on all state-of-the-art kind of cars, and nobody questions that. And they come to work with it. I remember in the old good days, there was a particular Musa was custom administrator in Lagos. When he is moving within the Lagos area and sees a uniformed custom officer with a brand new car, that car is seized from that filling station or from that point. Yes, because he has his bodyguard. He will say, who are you? You are an officer, you are from which command, this, that, and looked at your rank. Come on. From there, Musa impounds that vehicle, because he knows that your salary is not going to provide that for you. You must have done something extra. So discouragement for you not to take bribe, for you not to, cut corners. But these days, I mean, go to the police and see how they flash their cars, and nobody questions them. And then you are telling me that an officer of the police we know that can come in with a Mercedes car to the office and nobody questions that. How much is his salary? What was his declaration if they do that in the police, in the army, and other parastatals. So, my dear Noye, it cannot stop or bring governance to a level unless people are punished, unless, like you said, New Nigeria, a president that is thorough, a president that is, at least I'm not saying it should be, but it should a little bit, show direction that you must not do this. I am not doing that. Until we find out, until we come to that stage, this country, it's difficult. Very difficult indeed.
All right. Part of the law says that every declarant is required to declare his or her assets, liability, including that of his spouses, who is not a public officer, and children under 18 years. Or honestly, sincerely, and submit same to the Bureau, then you are only to declare those assets, liabilities you actually own at the material time of filling the form.
Forms, yes.
And then all parties, all assets you own outside the shores of the country
yes.
must also be declared.
Yes.
When you look at this, I see it as a very beautiful, I see it as a beautiful, what do you call it?
It's a rule that you have.
It's a rule, a beautiful rule. But one thing is making laws. Then another thing is its implementation. So at this point, what do you think, it's responsible that when we make laws in Nigeria, to an extent, the laws are not really kept?
It's a very simple question. The thing remains that nobody is being punished. There are no consequences for breaching of a laid down rule in this country. Reasons best known to Nigerians. But otherwise, if somebody contravenes, like this asset declaration thing, and then you find out that by the end of the day, you have not kept to the agreement of that declaration, then seizure comes in. There was a time when the military came in and they looked at the scoreboard of assets of people who had worked or who are working, and they started to seize houses. They seized landed properties of individuals who had worked, and based on the position they held, they may have acquired wealth over and above what they are supposed to, based on their salary or based on their remuneration, based on their allowances, based on even loans they could take. So you see, I remember that most civil servants before they start building a house, they go for loan that they will pay over time. But in these days, a civil servant goes to cash up and pay outrightly. But otherwise, they used to give them car loan. But now, everybody goes to buy a car from the shop and pay cash, as the case may be. And nobody questions where he brought the cash from. Now, we are talking of consequences, not until this country decides to punish people who have actually offended that rule. Then it will continue. Whether we like it or not, you find out that those of them who actually committed that offense were let go. And then whom are you going to punish? And sometimes even when look at the pension funds, you see what happened. People who actually touch pension funds, everything in this country, everything. Look at IDP camp. The former secretary for the federal government got involved in the contract. You don't even, when you are in an office, you relinquish all the chairmen or directors of boards you are in at a particular time. You will not be involved, okay? So, and then, there are people who are in office like Donald Trump. He said, I'm not going to receive salary because I think I'm robust. I have good financial muscle. I don't want. Or sometimes they say, no, pay me $1 a month. That is all I deserve. Or sometimes they say, okay, or whatever I should be paid should be given to charity. That he is wealthy, coming to office. These are people who want to introduce sanity sanity in this in positions of power. So, but in our own case, now if I am made an MD or if I made the general manager and I finish the work and come back transparently, I will be nobody in my community. I see the NNK.
Okay, but is that going to?
You see?
No, but is that I think is it going to? Is it going to stop the work of NAITI? The transparency initiative put up by the government to oversee how transparent people should be. By the way, during Goodluck Jonathan time, during Yar'Adua time, they all declared their assets. Yeah. But there is something that is so worrisome in this nation. They will come to the pages of newspaper to tell us that the incoming administration have been advised to declare their assets. And that at a point they will tell us they have declared their assets. Yes. And the law made it clear that you're supposed to, even in the middle, before you leave office, you're supposed to declare in the middle, sure. Then before actually on your leaving office. Like the Buhari administration now, it is said that they must declare their assets before May 29th. So, this has been happening over the years. We're all in Nigeria, What do we call this? That you will say a thing, you will not say it to the end or see it to finish. And we have children that are coming up looking at us, tomorrow they will do worse things than we are doing, and we don't have mouth to say anything to them.
Yes. One thing is that we have not been able to inculcate a system of government in all aspects of our life in this country. System of government in the sense is that for every decision taken, it becomes, whether by constitutional provision, whether by convention, it becomes a law, and everybody has to obey. But in our own case, you see aberration. Aberration in form of policy making and decision taking. And for instance, not until there is punishment. Okay. If you remember, in this country, during the Buhari or the Diabo era, war against indiscipline became very popular because as soon as you are caught, you are punished. People started to queue. Q-U-E-U, become a sing song. Everybody wants to queue up. Everybody in the bank, everybody wants to, it become a culture. But as time goes on, because of no enforcement, no punishment, no consequences, people do things and get away with it. That is our problem in this country. You said there's a position, okay, for instance, you are working and you are going to retire after 35 years. And this is a notice from the day you were employed. Now, when you finish, you find out that you are emolument, you are take home, nothing has been done. You start to chase them again. But you had given them 35 years notice. That in 35 years, in 30 years, I will disengage. You find out that even those who are in the office are so lackadaisical about updating information. So, like you rightly said, within the midterm of any government, that people will do the declaration, nobody follows it up. Nobody thinks about it. You see, that is why I said, not until the head. If you come to an office where the head comes to work by 8 o'clock, everybody must come to work by 8 o'clock. So it is leadership by example. So our leadership is so lackadaisical about enforcing the rules that makes any country.
All right, now can we look at the beauty of the whole beautiful laws made? What we stand to gain as a people? What do we really stand to gain as a people when we follow the laws as stipulated? for like this issue of declaration, asset declaration by outgoing and incoming officials. What do we stand to gain as a people?
We stand to gain a lot because it will introduce sanity in our life, sanity in everything we are doing. It will give checks and balances. People will have some moral, what they call it, moral, how do I put it? They should have some moral engagement of what that we are trying to grow a country, that we are trying to develop a country.
All right,
that it is all of us.
Hold it, we'll get back to continue there. The program is Good Morning Anambra, Asset Declaration by our outgoing and incoming elected officials. At this point, we take a very short break. When we return, we continue to look at what we stand to gain as a people when we begin to declare our assets and all other laws attached to it as a people. We'll be right back shortly. Do stay. Ndi Anambra, una putagola.
Ibolachi. Good morning, Ndi Anambra.
Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Breakfast TV show on ABS TV.
Let's do it together.
Bia Kaido Kwa.
We serve it sizzling hot.
Health and lifestyle. Security. Topical issues.
National development.
Entertainment and more.
Welcome to the flagship show where we arm you with the right tools for the day.
Keeping you abreast with happenings and information within and beyond the state.
There are so many things to gain staying tuned to Good Morning Anambra on ABS TV.
Heartbeats of the East.
Good Morning Anambra, live on ABS Television. Weekdays, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install ViewSat TV decoder or any other free-to-air decoder and tune into channel 0031.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803-388-8526 or 0806-883-9902.
ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
You're welcome back to the studio. Right now, we've been joined by Ozoi Kemeze Esquire, and he is here to help in what we are saying as a barrister at law. Thank you so much for being here, Ozo.
A very good morning, Nonye, members of the crew ABS, viewers at home. It's a very good morning to all of us. May we just sit and see what we can have in our discussion today. I also welcome my mentor and my able president, Kanayas. It's a pleasure.
All right, before actually you came in, we've talked a lot about the asset declaration by outgoing and incoming elected officials. Kanaya, you were saying something. I think we need to wrap up that thing you were saying before Uzo comes in. We're talking of what we stand to gain as a people when we do the right things.
In actual fact, any country that has a system and follows it up has a lot to gain, because what we are introducing is something that will last forever. When I mean lasting forever, I mean the children, like you mentioned, that our younger ones are growing up and they are watching what is happening. For instance, that snake went into jam office to eat up the money. So how do they comprehend that? How do they put that together? It's a shame. And look at our electoral processes, and they are looking at it. It's mad by one thing or the other. And these young men, young boys and young girls are growing up seeing these things. Listen, when we were small and independence, I was in the primary school. We came to hold our flag, and we didn't know what independence and republic means. But to that extent, we felt that there is an air of liberation. People felt that's a new Nigeria at the time. And we were singing, we went on march past, you know, things like that. We had the flag, Nigerian flag, like every other country that has a flag, it is respected. People don't respect Nigerian flags anymore. Even when the National Assembly is being sung, people will be sitting down. Because we have not seen that patriotism, we have not seen that commitment of our leaders to the development of this country. And it is a shame that people or individuals should be asked to declare their assets, and they will declare the assets, and nothing happens at the end of the day when we have seen that they have breached the rules and they walk away freely.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate. When you talk about our national anthem, you know, reading between the lines and, you know, the wordings there, it brings tears to my eyes.
Yes.
But that's a topic for another day. Now, also, I want you to really, okay, let's welcome this person before we go on. Hello, good morning. Oh, we've lost the call. Now, what are the benefits of declaring assets by the incoming and outgoing elected officials? What are the benefits?
Very well. First of all, sometimes I laugh to those who are clamoring for us to amend our constitution. But it is imperative that the one that have already enacted for ourselves, okay, though they say it is not that enacted, it is better a degree. We don't even implement that. Let us go briefly, okay, to just a trace of a code of conduct brew. You see, started then by military administrator, okay, Matra Mohammed, a man who I see that is genuine to fight corruption, okay. Then when he appointed Isa Kaita as the head of the code of conduct brew, then down to Obasanjo, you see, 1979 and 83, the thing was not functional, okay? Then 1988, you see, then military head of state, General Madamus Bangida, okay, appointed a 10-man committee, you see, who also sat for that particular code of conduct bureau. And he gave it a lifeline by promoting degree 1 that gives you the legal backing, okay? Then since then, it's not into functional. Out of 13 years later, you see, until 1999, you see, 1999, you see, when General Abaka, okay, enacted it in our constitution as in section 153, okay, for it to do what? Establish a federal, what do you call it, bodies, or federation bodies, is including the Code of Conduct Bureau, and it has its chairman. But one of the problems that we have over the time is that we have never seen someone that Code of Conduct Bureau, okay, transfer the person to Code of Conduct Tribunal that had been indicted, okay, and the persons after had been what, recovered or convicted. No, unless on personal, what do you call it, vendetta, like I see, not 2015 to 16, Saraki was tried in Code of Conduct Tribunal. After that, you know, okay, Chief Justice of Federation was tried in that. Okay, how many person that this brew, okay, has followed the law that is enshrined to them from that presidential aspect of it to the what do you call it, National Assembly, to the state governors, to the state house of assembly. Do you know that it's not only elected officers, as the law says, okay, laws of federation, it's not only elected officers, even appointed officers, SA.
But our concentration this morning is on elected officers.
Let me talk,
even civil servants are supposed to declare.
I'm coming. You see, if if you appoint SA and as president or governor is leaving, the SA live with him. So you must declare your asset before coming in. In the paragraph, okay, of guideline of asset declaration by the Code of Conduct Bureau, you see, it says that the person must declare, one, the type of assets, the number of assets, where it's located, the even proceed generating from that particular asset. You see, and the person will go personally to the chief, to the High Court of each state and swear oath, okay, of allegiance. You know, there's two types of oath, okay? Oath of office, different from oath of allegiance. You see, you swear it before the High Court. I want to ask, please, when do you know whether those people that are in office now, starting from Mohamed Buhari, whether they went to the High Court to swear oath that this I declare, okay, is in tandem to the honest belief that what I have already supplied as my asset declaration is going out again? Will you declare, okay, where President Buhari will go and swear oath to the High Court, okay, that is going out now, that this is what I have as I'm going out. Let alone to the SS that are appointed, okay, Garba, Shehu, and the additional. How many times have they gone to swear this in? Let me just tell you, even chairman of the Code of Conduct Bureau,
so what
has not been swear. I'm trying to say, it's either the commission, okay, that what do you call it, Brew, is either the chairman or the people there that they are total incompetent or irremovable corrupt. Because what I'm trying to say is that now, what to do swearing in? They say you must have to submit this form 30 days before you assume in office. Okay? Those now who wanted to sworn in, or those who are trying to say they are going to sworn in May 29, or those that are going to come by June as a House of National Assembly, have they submitted their form? Okay, the spokesman of the Code of Conduct are saying that, Brew, that if anybody failed to submit the asset declaration form, the person will not be sworn in to the office.
Actually,
let us see.
Is in the law.
I'm coming. Do no. Okay, let me tell you one of the things. Okay, that as I said by what do you call it, the section of our Constitution, section 153. Okay, which established this particular commission. You see, put it that even if not only you that are assuming that office, okay, that your children, your wife. Okay, somebody now was accused that his son of above 30 years gets a house of something $1 million in UK, and they want to be president of this country. And have you ever called that person to declare the source of that particular money? You see? So what I'm trying to say, the Code of Conduct Bureau is a toothless bulldog. That's all. Because if we go to this thing, many will go to jail. If they find you wanting that the asset that you declare is not, you are going to they're going to remove you from the office. The person will remove office. You are going to be not sanctioned not to contest any election.
That's the implication of non-compliance.
Yes, 10 years, okay. None of them will comply. Most of them will not comply. So most will not comply.
We wanted to paint a picture of how beautiful the society will be. That's why I asked the benefit.
Yes, the benefit
of declaring it.
The benefit is
before we go to
the benefit is that if this Code of Conduct Bureau and Code of Conduct Tribunal sit up to their responsibility, the benefit is that corruption will be reduced to the barest minimum. Because one, okay, somebody who is coming to office, we know that you come to serve the public and not public to serve you. Okay, it's going to eradicate what we call bureaucratic corruption. Okay, let alone to talk about political corruption, which is the worst part of corruption, and that's particularity. Okay, bureaucratic is that for the civil servant, those that are not in office to work, they can answer, okay, you declare your asset, we know what you have, we know source of your income, we know how you get this money, you know how many are there, and all this is. So reduce corruption, that's going to be the benefit. Because this bureau was set up to fight corruption. I tell you that one man that wanted to fight corruption, Motra Mohamed, who said this in 1975, okay? He wanted to achieve something when he appointed Issa Kaita on that. From that long line, okay, this thing has not become functional. They are not yet to sit up to the responsibility. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's either they are total incompetent, the person that is chairman, or irremovable corrupt.
All right, hold it, Uzo. We'll still get back to you. You know, you really hit the nail. Now, let's look at, Uzo has actually mentioned one of the implications of non-compliance. When we do not declare our assets, one of the things is that the person will be removed from office. How many people have you seen removed from office in Nigeria before now?
I remember during the Gowon era, there was a matter of corruption that when Murtala Mohammed came, it was something else to confiscate most of the properties of those serving governors. You know, those are military and
illegally acquired.
No, not they believed because they were in position of power. So to them it's not illegal because he's enjoying the paraphernalia of power to acquire. And they did that with impunity. And you find out that when Obasanjo came into power, he now decided that every military officer, naval officer, police officer that had held political position, all of them retired. It happened to Wahu Kebu, who was the wing commander that governed Anambra then. They were all cut short of their career in the military simply because they went back to the barracks and started to throw their weight around on other officers. So it happened. Now, like you rightly said, no consequences.
All right, let's see who is here. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and your location, please, and you go ahead. Huh?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Comrade from Lagos.
Right.
You're welcome. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Talk to us. Go ahead. We can hear you.
I'm from Lagos State.
We are hearing you. All right, please, in case you're having issues getting through to contribute on the program, you can readjust your phone and call us back. The numbers are on your screen to make your own opinion count on issues being raised there. All right, can I go on?
So like you rightly said, until the rules are followed to the letter, until the punishment are meted out, we will continue with this policy and experience of officers who abuses their office. We call it abuse of office in those days. And then we call it Murtala Mohammed coming into power and dealt, like you rightly said, created that, made it Sakaita to enforce it, though he was cut short by Babangida. Babangida came in, every other head of state in turn comes in with his own idea of trying to cage or minimize corruption. But it appears that corruption is a virus. It's very cancerous. So he keep, metamorphosing into different aspects that at this present era now, where with touch of a button, you can wire billions of naira out of government accounts.
All right, hello. Okay, go ahead.
So you can wire billions of naira in outside and dollars into whatever foreign account. In actual fact, by constitutional provision, you're not supposed to maintain a foreign account. But all of them, they do have foreign account. You see them, and the worst thing is that we are operating dollar in this country. Why must we operate
that was what Falana was fighting yesterday. Yes. I heard the news this morning, and Falana was of the opinion that people should start buying crude in dollars in Nigeria.
Yes. Do you know that in Abuja, in high-road areas, that people pay house rent with
even
dollars.
School fees.
Oh, there you go. So why would that happen in the country?
Okay, now, let's see who is here. All right, also, I don't know, we've just mentioned one out of so many, implications of not complying with the asset declaration. So what are other implications you see when you don't declare your assets before going into office or after leaving?
One is that.
Can we take this call? Hello?
Hello,
all right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Nibo, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. And ihe gbasara ihe ga-aghọta na declaration of access before in or going out. Ihe nchọpụta na nke Nigeria, other countries na-enye for their future. Ka ọ dị n'ihu aka ha wee dị mma. Mana n'ime Nigeria, o nwere ife nna anyị kwuru ọtụ. Ọ bụrụ na ị nọsịa n'ọfịs, ọ bụrụ na enweghị ife iji wee bata, na ị mere ezigbo omume dozie ihe niile.
Oh, the call is hanging. Please, you can call us back if you can't get through again, please. Pastor from Nebo, you can call us back, all right?
First of all, okay, as I said earlier, there's a provision, constitutional provision, okay, starting from section 94, okay, we talk about State House of Assembly, section 194, governorship, okay, section 52, okay, that is of National Assembly, section 140, presidency, you see, these are constitutional provisions, understand? Now, one of the implications, as I've said, to reduce corruption or whatever, is that, first of all, you're not going to be sworn into that office, number one, if you don't declare it. Not on you, only your own. I want us to understand this particular, thing. Your wife or your children. I want us to, it's a simple, investigation. Code of Conduct Bureau is in 36 states of federation. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, 28 governors are going to be sworn in, okay? You see, you have 109 senators, okay, and House of Rep, you see. So now, if these people will come in, one by one, let us go to Code of Conduct Bureau office.
Let's see who's there. Hello. Please, in case you want to join us, bring down the volume of your television set so that we can get to communicate effectively. Go ahead.
Let me start by my own side. Okay, all of us here are Anambarian, and we are happy and proud to be Anambarian. You see, let us first of all go to Code of Conduct Bureau in Anambra State here, and now know whether this State House of Assembly that wanted to come in has already declared their own assets, the one of their wives, the one of their children, whether they have done it. It's a simple thing. And what is the the action the Code of Conduct Bureau is taking here in Anambra State? Let us start from this place first. You see, you will see that none of them have even declared that. Most of them have not declared that. Most of them have not declared that. Let alone to bring their wife.
So they are not supposed to be
they're not supposed to be sworn in. Okay. You cannot even go in. Okay, Tinubu now as saying that they wanted to be sworn in 29th May. Okay, has he? Let Code of Conduct Bureau in Abuja tell us whether Tinubu has submitted his asset declaration, the one of his wife, one of his son that bought house of 60 million in London, and also Tinubu will personally go to High Court in Abuja and now make what? Oath of what? Allegiance. Not by proxy. If you go by any person that said for constitutional provision, you personally, that's what the guideline of regulation say. Personally, go there and sworn in. Then let the Code of Conduct Bureau bring us the names of those who have served for 4 years, because after the guideline said that they have to review it every 4 years, or even if at any point of time they didn't feel to call you up, it doesn't mean that it must be every 4 years. Let us go to that place and now ask them, can you give us a data of these people that have been elected, that have been appointed, okay, whether their asset declaration is here. You see what Facebook is saying, that I bought my property legally. Can we go to the Code of Conduct Bureau and bring those things that they say about legally? You see? So one, apart from removing from the office, first, you're not going to sworn in, you're not going to remove from office when they find out, they are going to confiscate that particular properties, they are going to ban you to not contest or be in any legal position for more than 10 years.
All right, hold it, we'll still come back. The program is Good Morning Anambra, asset declaration by outgoing and incoming elected officials. We take another short break here. Let's feel the pulse of the masses shortly. We'll be right back. Ndi Anambra, unaputagola.
Ibolachi. Good morning, Ndi Anambra.
Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Breakfast TV show on ABS TV.
Let's do it together.
Bia Kaidowo Kwa.
We serve it sizzling hot.
Health and lifestyle. Security. Topical issues.
National development.
Entertainment and more.
Welcome to the flagship show where we arm you with the right tools for the day.
Keeping you abreast with happenings and information within and beyond the state.
There are so many things to gain staying tuned to Good Morning Anambra on ABS TV.
Good Morning Anambra, live on ABS Television, weekdays 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
We apologize for the mix-up. Sorry, we couldn't get the views of the people concerning this issue. But let's move on. Also, you are talking about the implication of non-compliance with asset declaration. Yes. All right, go ahead.
As I said, first of all, let me just refresh myself. Okay. First of all, you're not going to be sworn in when you don't declare. 2, if you declare, okay, and they find out after the investigation that what you declare is false, you're going to be removed from the office, okay? And whatever you declare, okay, will be forfeited to the state, okay? You are going to be barred, you see, to take an elective position for more than, for at least 10 years. It doesn't come to tonight. This is an implication. And even a fine. These are 5 implications we are going to have. Then, if this is followed to stricto sensu by the Code of Conduct Bureau and Code of Conduct Tribunal, people will not going to take any elective position. Oh, come and contest the election. No, I don't want to contest. Because you know that you cannot even meet up this, Instead of you to go behind that, you keep on doing business. Because nobody can ask you, okay, you're doing business, you have a company that manufactures this and that, refrigerators. Okay, nobody will ask you how you get your money since you're into production. But for you to go into office, many people with data, I know that, please, I'm not going to do this, because I cannot beat up this. If I enter that, I will be date my own image. They will go to business. Then the offices will leave for the people that are poor. One man from the village will come and contest governor and win. That's all. Because those who are going there cannot beat up this. Tell me whether they can even call their wife. How many property did their wife have? You get to name them one by one. If your own is 10, you name it 10. Your wife's own is 4, you name it 4. Your children own is 3, 2, 1. You list them and list the source of their income and list what they're generating from that asset. Okay, when you are in the office, who can do all these things? It is simple, but to them it's rigorous because their mind is even corrupt from the beginning. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let us know that the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal will sit up their toothless bulldog. As my mentor have said here, none of them have been investigated. Anambra here. Let us go to Anambra. Talk about my state first of all. I know that other states are worse, but let us start here now. Go there. It's a simple investigation. Bring us this record. Let us see those who have declared their asset before coming in, and the governors that have left Anambra State. Those who have already declared their asset when they are going out. You know what I'm trying to say? You see?
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Your name and your location.
I'm coming from Niger State.
Niger State, welcome.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I am Comrade Bernardo Minister from Niger State.
Good. All right, go ahead and talk. We can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Hello. I'm issue a discussion about asset declaration of I'm about to say something now. Okay. About the issue and discussion now. I'm with Mr. Ugo. You see, most of our elected officers and outgoing, they are just making they are not showing their risk assets. That is what we have problem in Nigeria now. You see, after their election, or before their election, they have nothing. But when they are going out, you see them with many to then what is the body to concern with the asset registration doing. They have to know how to put that money. And when they are coming and they don't have anything, they have to be they declare their assets. But after the declaration, after the time they finish their time with the tenure, nothing is happening. They are doing nothing. That is why what they're saying is that. The body that is according to the asset declaration, has nothing to do only what the tax. They are tax. Corruption is in Nigeria, every part of the area now. That is the problem we have. If they are good declaration of assets by us going and increment, I think Nigeria will be one. Come on, we have that support for everywhere where you are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, you heard what he said. Yeah. That's a very important one. And the question is, why are we like this?
Yeah, you see, you asked a very important question. Let me just, I want to chip something in with what he said, okay? The problem, let us first of all look at the cause. Why people doesn't declare their assets properly, and why don't they declare it after leaving office, okay? When we are small, if I just going to where they're doing burial, they will sing, okay? So now, so that's why they will now ask you see, if you are coming in, okay, only one biro will have okay, one biro came with it's for me to in Apuziapo. After 10 biro, how does this 10 biro come to exist? What are the source? What are you doing? So why they don't declare when they're going out? Because they have looted. Okay? They have even looted loot. Okay? Even if you're recovering the Abacha's loot, they're still looting the Abacha's loot and looting it again. You see, so these are the things that we're talking about. Okay? We talk about giving state governors, what do you call it, bailout fund. You see, bailout fund, what they use it to do. Most of them invested it in their own, what do you call it, unviable ventures. You see, for them to use it for their same and their family.
From Niger State said something, which I think is the benefit, one of the benefits of declaring asset, that Nigeria will be a better place, you know, when we begin to declare assets. Yes. And what begins, the question I ask is not, why are we the way we are? And when we look at the picture being painted here, it seems we are irredeemable.
Yes, it is. I said it. Let me tell you, in a system,
sorry,
we are the
somebody's
state.
Here. Hello? Sorry.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and your location, quickly.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mandela.
My dear, I'm the most you know me here one of my and the morning there,
Adimba, go ahead.
Okay, because I'm telling you, all the one can see on Madame government. I am thinking on the
all right, go ahead.
If the state actually is functional, our state has no system. Whether we like it, I'm talking about Nigerian state, then it doesn't have a functional system of, you know, how people live. We don't have classes. We don't have the middle class, the lower class, the upper class, and they are being taken care of. It doesn't. The NIN, when it came up, I thought they were going to do this enumeration. Na Bible as a number. Now I count So now, you see that based on that, government would have planned our lives. When you are in an office and you needed a vehicle, you go for car loan. When you are in office, you needed a house, you go for mortgage company that will now give you a 30 years moratorium for you to rent a home. In America, we have the housing and urban development. We have the veteran administration. They are handling most of these housing things for people. And then you see that in 30 years, you must have paid for a building. But here, you are going to build a mansion outrightly and live because government does not encourage proper shelter for the people. A situation where government is involved in the welfare of her citizens. You find out that your children are going to school, a school that is, you know, somehow is subsidized, that you are paying a little. Then why would you go and steal? A public school that has been organized, my children have to go to public school, they come out in a flying color, and not a private school where I pay through my nose. These are things that instigate public officers to steal, because this is stealing. Abuse of office is stealing. We were trying to paint it, baptize it, but all the same, it's stealing while you are in a position of power, a position of trust, for that matter. So what we have not done well is that the system have not allowed punishment. If the system has allowed punishment, that whenever you steal, whenever you are found wanting in an office, you must be punished, my sister, people will begin to sit up. Because a situation where you go to school and your fellow people or fellow students will be telling you, hey, your daddy was caught embezzling money. You feel guilty and go back home and tell daddy. Why is it that I was being, chastised in the school that you embezzled public money? It's no longer like that. But I do know that if things like that start to happen, when a child comes home to tell the father, why are they talking about me? Why are they doing this? Look at it. 31 years or less than 31 years owning a house in London. How? Paid for. Why? How can you do that? Mortgage companies are there. You are paying outright. Where did you get the bulk of the money? I had owned a house in America for 30 years and I was paying $900 every month, everything inclusive, both the city, the insurance and everything. And I was paying that to own the house for 30 good years. That is the moratorium period. But a situation where Nigerians jump into America, go to Palm Beach. West Palm Beach is in Florida, where all the multimillionaires have houses. It's like, like the tropics here. So people go there to buy houses. You see a house of 1 point something million, 3 million, 4 million, and people come to pay cash for it. And these white guys are very afraid. Look at what happened to Hebrew when they were investigating. You see, she was buying houses. And people were looking at that. Look at our former IG of police. They said they were buying houses in Dubai. Going from Nigeria to go and buy houses overseas and pay outright? Where did you get the money from? As Susan has asked. Where did you get this money from? How did you come about this money? No investigation. And what is the extent of that corruption now is because of the electronic transfer of funds. So, touch of a button, funds are left in this country to wherever you were, and no investigation. All those parastatals are put into place to investigate and punish are also corrupt. Like you say, the looters are looting. The loot.
Okay. Now, the report has it that there's been a call on the outgoing administration to declare the assets before 29th May.
Yes.
Also, do you see that happen, and what do you have to tell?
One, has it happened before?
Yeah.
It's not happened before. People say that now. If they start to do now, what I'm trying to say, all of us that are here, okay, we are intellectual, free mobile Nigerian, and we understand what is happening. You see, that code of conduct brew itself, and tribunal, they are corrupt. If not, let me just tell you, their guideline, I want to read their guideline, one of their guidelines, okay, who said that all property assets acquired outside Nigeria must be stated clearly with the value of the said asset in the currency of the country where the property is. Have they done that? 6, paragraph 6 said that after completion of the form, the declarant must go personally and swear to discretion before the High Court judge nearest to his work station before submitting it to the brew. Have they, any of them, go to the chief judge? Why did he go to chief judge in Abuja or whatever? Or personally, must is a mandatory statement. Okay, then after public declaration, okay, the requirement of the law declare that asset and liability. Let us first of all define, declare your asset and liability. What is asset in accounting point of view? Okay, is totality of business resources. You see, what is liability? Liability is business obligation, because most of them will be owing debt to and come in and take public money to pay the debt. That's what I talk about. You declare your asset and liability, what you have and those that you are owing, what is outstanding. You can't come and carry your burden or the what you created by yourself, the debt you have created by yourself, and put it on the state, on public to pay. That's why most of them are debtors, chronic debtors. And when they want to enter into office, that's why they're borrowing money this day and there to contest the election or do this thing. When they win, some of them have even borrowed money from bank. It's not true. When they now go in, they will start to use this money to pay back the debt they have already acquired. So it's not only asset declaration. You put it asset stroke liability declaration, because you declare the asset, which is total of business resources you have, and also liability, what is obligations, okay, debt you incur, so that we know that in Abata, each going to money to naira. Each and two naira is roaring. Our chapter is roaring or whatever it is. We know that. You see, have the chairman of Code of Conduct Bureau and the other officers investigated this, because subject to verification, okay, paragraph 7, okay, of Code of Conduct Bureau guidelines say subject to verification. Once you do that, implication is that one, if you remove from office, you're not going to sworn in, you are not even pose you a fine, and you are not going to even be elected to any office for a
period of 10 years.
For a period of 10 years. Has this thing happened in Nigeria? So what I'm trying to say, everything centers in corruption. Corruption has become endemic.
All right.
It has become pandemic. And it turned into epidemic in Nigeria. Okay?
We will not fail to do our job here. Our duty is to say it as it is, and the next is for them to hear and actually do something. So I don't know, what's the way forward? What is the way forward?
The way forward, and the only way forward, is to punish offenders. Yes. And then if
who are they going to punish?
Those who did not declare, like right now, a time frame has been given that you must do this. Okay, and you
it's less than 30 days.
Yes.
Yeah, for the office of the president of governors, it's less than 30 days.
Yes.
Then so now senators and the right still have about.
And since you did not do that, you have offended that rule and the law. Whether you like it or not, you are not qualified anymore, because it is a condition that you must meet before you are sworn in. And if you didn't meet this first condition, first step, what else? Because in program, when we are writing program, we write program in sequence. So those sequences is this: when this happens, this will follow. So when this does not happen, it means that it's garbage out. So they should be able to do what? To do those things within the time frame. If not, let's stamp the law for the first time if actually we are going to change the country. We are talking about new Nigeria. These are things we will do and will now become new Nigeria. When I was listening to a guy in the US, what they call it, he said, pray something. He was saying this: will you believe that this is a country that this happened? Will you believe that this is a country that did? Do you believe that this is a country that has all the medical personnel all over? Do you believe? He said, when he finished, he said, the country is Nigeria. It's a shame. We have all these things, and we are not able to put a system. When I mean an enduring system. Yes.
All right, Tizo, your last word.
Yes. The issue is that the solution, the way forward, is that we should stop being a bed that defecates in its net. Guideline of Code of Conduct Bureau. Follow it to censor. The same thing that INEC make a guideline for election, they fail. The same thing now, Code of Conduct Bureau made a guideline, they're going to fail. Because I said earlier, it's either the chairman is what? Totally incompetent, or it is maybe corrupt. That is the system. Okay? If they cannot do that, I think that when we start doing this, we have a better and new Nigerian, where everybody, where the offices, where the elected offices will be left to the people of poor masses to take over, because these big men cannot do that. They cannot follow the rules. It's too rigorous to them, but it's simple if you are honest and truth. It was of dishonesty, okay, and fraudulent hearts that make them not to obey this and not go and bribe people that in Code of Conduct for them not to investigate them at the end of the day. So if we remove those people from that place and put competent people, okay, who they enforce the law. Yeah. Put somebody like myself and the Canadians, that place, let us deal with them and tell them what have to now happen. So my fellow Anambrians and Nigerians, okay, let us go ahead and implement and put force to what we have as our, law, and Nigeria will be better. Thank you.
All right, we've seen it, we've heard it from all the people that spoke and even the callers. Nigeria, a lot of work needs to be done, and this is one of it. Asset declaration by our outgoing and incoming officials. The CCB, do your work. All hands must be on deck. If actually Nigeria will be great again. Would like to appreciate you so much, Ozo Ekemeze, for your time on air this morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Ndebanye dalunu ndị ABS dalun biko nu une woni wono ga adko udo kwa kwa maka ani agbatia ya 3 hours all the man.
All right, thank you so much Kanayo Obidibo for your time. Thank you.
Yes, I want to thank those of us listeners from different parts of the country. Keep cooking up to ABS. You'll get all the information.
All right, that's just about it on Good Morning Anambra today. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Let's do this again tomorrow. Bye for now.